Hello viewers, is Judge Goslov, and in this tutorial I'll be showing you how to create an online examination test that when the wrong answer is being clicked, it gives you it results -2, it shows -2, results -2 from your answer, and when the right answer is clicked, it adds 5 mark to your answer. Okay, then I think we'll create a countdown that once it reaches the final countdown, then you won't be able to click any button again. So to do that, just simple. Most of you might know the codes, but just for those that will want to actually get that part very well, so I'll have to do it. So we're creating our doc type. Sorry, now doc type. So create our HTML, create all the necessary tags needed. So we're creating on sorry, okay, yeah. Now create our body. Now closing body and then closing HTML tag. Then in this body now we have to create the box, the question box. Yeah, box that stores all the, each question that's just the box, question box. Then we'll create a div and give it a class which will be a quest box. Okay, then close the div. Now inside this quest box, now we have to create the div that stores our question. Then this div will give it a class of, let's say, question 1, Q1. Yes. And what kind of question I'll put in? Just random question. Let's say, in what year the Nigeria got her independence? Let's just put it. In what year did Nigeria got her independence? Even when they got their independence, then after creating it, we'll create the options for it. Then we'll use a button for the options, and each button has its own click function. So let's say this is question 1, option 1. So this is how we do it. Option 1. Okay, create an ID for it. The same thing. Why I use the same name or the same word for it, so it will not be complicated. It will not complicate issues, and it will not complicate your code. Your code will be easy to read. Yeah. So let's just copy this right here. Copy, then paste 3 times. We want to have three options. We want to have 3 options. Now most of you will be asking, let's save this first of all. Now most of you will be asking, what platform am I using? Let me go to my home. I'm using what I call Decoder. Look at it right here, Decoder. This is a good platform for developing a website with Android. It has its flaws though, but it supports 100% of all the HTML5 syntax. Most of other platforms don't support most of this HTML5 syntax, but this Decoder supports, at least it supports HTML5 syntax. So, and any code any code written in this Decoder can also be transferred and viewed the same way on systems when you want to launch it. So just in case, and you can also carry let's say you code in the system and you want to add some codes. You want to code with your phone and add some things there. That you can also do it. Decoder is the best I don't know about any other ones, but I've seen others, but the coder is good for that. So let's leave much talking and let's enter the rest of the day. So our first option will be 1945. Second option will be 1960. Third option will be 1963. So first, what to change this? This is question 1, option 1, question 1, option 2, and question 1, option 3. I'm forgetting something. Yes, this for this, I'll click. That was what I was about forgetting. Okay, we do the same thing 2 for here. So since we've gotten it, let's see how it's. Let's save and let's see how it. Okay, let's create the div for this thing for the score. So say we'll create a class and call it the score div. Okay, that name looks good enough. Close the div. Then inside this score div is where we'll have my score. But here we are not using a div to represent it. What we'll be using is an input. So create an input for that input type, which will be text. Okay, input type which will be text. Then ID will be my score. Okay, then we'll have what do we have again? We have value. Yes, value for the initial point it's 0. So now when we save and run this, this is how everything looks like. But we don't want this to be clickable. We want this to just be like show the score alone. We don't want we don't want any additional stuff here. So a way to run this, we have to go back to our code and then right in this place we create this read only equals to read only. So when we run this again, see, it is read only, it cannot be modified again. So this is exactly what we want to do. Now let's now use CSS to just style up this to look more preferable. So remember our listing. We have this question 1. Okay, class question 1. Then okay, let's create a class for all these buttons so that we don't have to stress ourselves styling the different ones. Because if we do, because how it is now, that means we have to be styling it by each div. But we don't want to stress ourselves with that. We just say question 1p. That is question 1 option. Do it for here again, so that we will just style everything once and for all. No need of styling option 3 different from option 2, different from option 1. Hope you understand. Okay, then yes, I've gotten the class now. Then for my CSS now, okay, let's say my question 1, right? Okay, you know what, let's just leave it as quests, because I want other questions to still have this class, not just only this particular question. So let's leave it as quest. So my quest is class. Okay, then dot class dot quest. Now this quest we have padding. The top right should have a padding of 15 pixels, and the top bottom should have a padding of 15 pixels, and the left right should have a padding of 5 pixels. Okay, then let's see how it is. Okay, before let's make everything aligned center. Then we have to come and say the body, text align, center. Is there another thing? Let's see if it made an effect. Yes, it made an effect. So now our class, our key1p, say display block. Let's see. Yeah, it worked. Our display is blocked. Now let's separate this margin. Separate the margin and add padding to it. So, and we don't want this to be, when you click all this, okay, the functions is not yet set. Okay, let's just be done with the CSS. So we'll go over to the JavaScript. So we'll create a padding. Padding will be for the upright. I want to have a padding of 15 pixels, and let's say 20 pixels or 25. You can put yours if you like. Then margin. This margin is separate each button from each other. So margin, we have the margin of top and bottom to be, let's say, 5 pixels. Then left and right to be 0, because the body is already centered. Body already made everything centered. So that is it. So run this code. Okay, yes, this is how it will look like. You want to widen this more. So we have let's say 40. Okay, let's say 40. Okay, let's say this is top is 5 pixels, right is 0 pixels, bottom is 5 pixels, and then left is, let's say, 30%. So that is how margin is being calculated. Okay, here's how it works. We want to create the background for this. Okay, so for this our quest, we'll have a background color. Let's just make it simple, gray, and then border 1 pixel solid black. Okay, let's see, quest QUEST, that's QUEST, something that has been background color gray. Okay, yeah, see what is wrong here? Forgot to put this, so that is what is wrong there. So run it. Looks like this, very good, but isn't it too dark? So let's make it light gray. It looks too dark to me. Okay, very good. Now, having done that, let's set this our button now. We don't need to waste much of our time. So let's set this our button now. So this our score. Sorry, we forgot to put let me break this down so that it's more viewable here. So in this score, you have to put score, so it will be shown here. Score, yes. Then now let's say my score. Let's time my score. It has a value of ID value, which is presented with hash. Okay, my score. Border should be none. Outline should be none. Then background color should be transparent. Then font size, we won't be dealing on much. Font size should be, let's say, 60 pixels. So this is how it will look like. Then this for the score div. Score div is a class. Okay. For the score div, let's see if this will work. Display. Display inline. Okay. Display inline flex. Margin 30 pixels up and down, 0 left and right. Okay. Then for this one, I have to increase the margin top to be minus 30 pixels. Let's see how this works. Fine, that's good. This one margin. This is top, 30 pixels top, 0 pixels right, 0 pixels right, 30 pixels bottom, and 30% left. So this is how it will look like. Yeah, very good. You can also increase this percent to 40, just so it will be very good. Now, very good. So when a user clicks on the wrong button, I want it to display red and -2, then the buttons are deactivated. So unless the user refreshes the page, or so whatever, we'll get to that later. Then coming to the JavaScript now, our first function is the Q1 P1. Now the Q1 P1, is it our answer? So it's no. Nigeria did not get her independence in 1945. So when the user clicks 1945, what should happen? Now what should happen now? The document that gets, okay, let's just give it a name. For giving it a name, it should be a long process, so let's just call it immediately. Instead of just giving it a name, document.get element by ID. Instead of giving it a variable, let's call it immediately, so we don't have to waste much time. Document.get element by ID. The ID will be Q1 P1. Yes, my Q1 P1 dot style dot background color will be red. So let's see if this one we did worked. Oh yeah, it worked. So it will be red, and let others be disabled. so that, because if we don't let order to be disabled, once you click red, to still be giving us error, we have to disable other buttons. So just copy this for, because we're in a hurry. Let's just say we copy somewhere like here. Let's say, okay, we copy somewhere like here, copy it, then let's paste it so it'll be faster. Then we have to disable every other buttons. Then okay, q1 dot disabled true. Yeah, disable true. Just copy this one, copy it, paste it multiple times. This is q1 p1. This will be q2 q1 p2. This will be q1 p3. Disabled. Now let's see what we've done. And we click this. Now other buttons are disabled, including it too are disabled. Now what will happen here? Now this our value, which is okay, my score value. Then my score value now, let's say here, so okay, document that get element by ID. ID we're looking for is my score dot value. My score dot value equals to number brackets, okay, this will be minus 2, right? Then we'll copy this, copy and paste it inside here. So what we did here is we called in the element, which is that my score. Now let the value be equals to the number of that value minus 2. That is what it should have here. Now when I run it and click it, whoa, minus 2. Now notice it cannot be clicked again, it cannot give minus 2 again. But whereas I did not remove, if I had not put this one here, let's comment this. If I had not put it here and click, it will still be giving minus 4. So you see, it's an error. It's supposed not to be. So just have to remove this comment. Remove the comment. Then when I click it, just boom, no more. It won't give me this again. So that is just it. Now we have to copy everything here and paste it. Copy everything here and paste again. So this will now be for question 2. When question 2 is being clicked, and our question 2 is the right answer. Nigeria got her independence in 1960. So when question 2 is being clicked, then the value of this number will no longer be minus 2. Value of this number will be plus 5. Value of number will be plus 5. Yes, and the color won't be red anymore. It will be green. Then every other one, then come and say this is for the 2. Okay, that's just it. Then including this one, this is for my third third option, which is the wrong one. Then just come here, put 3 red, the same thing. We don't have to change any other thing again. Yes, we don't have to change another thing again. So when we run this, once this is clicked, no other one can be clicked again. Refresh, clicked, no other one can be clicked again. Refresh, click, no other one can be clicked again. So now this gave me 5 points. Whoa, thank God. Give me 5 points. Okay, Nigeria got independence in 1960. Okay, now we've done for the first question. Now we have to create a button for the next question. But before that, let's create a timer. Timer that will be called once the time elapses, then boom, you can't answer again and you've lost points for that. So creating the timer, we want to create timer at the top part. So we have to just create a div, and then div we give it a class name of time div, okay, time div. Then we will have another div that will be storing our current time, our current countdown time. So countdown. So this is how it will be, countdown. So this will store the current time counting down. So let's just close it. Now just write this countdown. So then we run. Let's see how it looks like. Okay, this is how it looks like. Okay, let's create a padding for that. Creating a padding for that so that it will be separated from the body. Then the padding we'll be creating will be let's say we are creating for the up and down, let's say 20 pixels. From the left and right, let's say 10 pixels. And for the countdown, we are creating a padding left to be say 15 pixels. So it will be 5. So it will have a distance between. So there will be a distance between the countdown time and the countdown right up. So then let's go immediately to our JavaScript point. So our JavaScript. So we create let's say we create a var. This file stores our countdown. So it says seed time. This seed time means our countdown time. So let's say our countdown time is equals to 10 seconds. Then we'll create a var for the set interval function. Then let's say set int. Okay, let's just say set int equals to set interval. Interval we're setting, you see. Okay, this will be seed timer. And how many, let's say, should be counting per second. Yeah, per second. That is 1000 per second. So then here we will say, we'll call in the function now, which is seed timer. Now what will this C timer be doing? If C time is less than 1, if the C time is less than 1, then clear interval, interval we are clearing will be this set int, then else what should happen? Else if my countdown is less than 9, you don't want it to have a specific number, a number like this. That this should be the kind of number we have. This should be the kind of number that we have. 0.00, so should be counting. So we don't want it to remove 1 0 from here. Just once it reaches 9, it should still add 0. Okay, let's say our countdown. Let's say our countdown here is 15 seconds per question. So if the C time is less than 10, what should happen if it is less than 10? Then document dot get element by ID, which is our countdown, dot inner HTML. Our inner HTML now will be 00.0 plus C time, 0 plus 0 dot C time, yes. Then C time should be reading minus, else document dot get element by ID, which is countdown, dot inner HTML. This will be 00 dot plus C time, then C time C time should be reading minus, should be decreasing. So when we run this, let's see. Whoa, very good. The time is running. Here. Supposed to be having 15. So that's good. So there's a problem here. This is why I love decoder. When there's a problem, decoder helps you to figure it out. Now let's see what it told us that there's a problem. Now we made a mistake in our write-up. We wrote document.get, not instead of document.get, not get. So that is why I love using decoder most at times, because decoder outputs most of the errors for you. So let's see. When it reaches 9, it will not remove any digits from it. Yes, this 0 will be added to it. So that's what I did there. Now, what will happen once this thing is okay? Let's see if this will go to 0. Just have to be patient. while. So okay, so let's say this is that is 0. Let's see if it will stop at 0, because our aim here is to make it stop at 0 as a final dot stop. It did stop at 0. Now what should happen when it will stop at 0? Now we will create a div that automatically blocks everything, and I'll put timeout, so you can't be able to press any answer again if you are not fast enough. So let's create a div and give it an ID called T-out. This is on timeout. Okay, let's make it like this. Timeout. That's what I put it. T-out, timeout. So now to just okay. So timeout here. Then let's create a span class tx timeout x. This is just okay. Timeout x. Close the span. Then create a break. Now this break now is the timeouts. Create another break. So now we're creating a button that will link us, that will now get us to the next page once the timeout has been set. So we'll create a button ID T-out button. Okay, let's bring this down so it will be more visible. What should we call it? Next. Okay, now let's create an on-click function. And this on-click function, now we need to next page, next PG. So that's what I just put there. Next PG. Okay. Then this T-out. For this our T-out now. T-out, right? This position, want it to be absolute to the body. Wideness, want the wideness to be, let's say 98%. Then padding, let's say the padding is 100 pixels, 50 pixels. Background color. Okay, the background color now, let's say RGBA. Now this will be 0, 0, This is for transparency. Let's say it's 3. For transparency, let's see how it looks like. Okay, let's increase this. We want it to cover the whole screen. Okay, the 50 pixels is like much for it. Let's say this is 20. Almost smudge for it. Okay, let's say this is 15. Okay, let's say this is 0. So we don't go too much. Okay, let's just leave it like this. Okay. Let's say this is instead of putting 0.3, let's put 0.7. Let's see how it will look. Okay, very well. It's okay. Now for this times tx, which is this tx, we have border, which is 1 pixel solid white, padding, which is 20 pixels, then border radius, border radius 50%. What else again? Nothing. Color white, so it will look like. Okay, the padding, this is for top. For right, it will be, let's say, 25 pixels top right, bottom left, color white. Okay, let's see. Okay, fine. Then margin top and bottom, let's say is 10 pixels and 0, so it won't be too totally full like that. So getting this should be in a div, so that it would be like that. So div class, let's say is let's just call it any name, t time. The name doesn't necessarily matter for now, so timeout. So it will have a separate body from it. Then let's work on this, our next button. Styling this next button will not be too much serious in styling this next button. So we have t time. What is t time? Margin top right, let's say 20 pixels, left top bottom 20 pixels, left right 0 pixels, and color white, padding, and 10 pixels, 0, nothing else much to put. Yeah, it looks like this. Then our next button now, which is t out btn, t out btn, background color transparent. Okay, border 1 pixel solid white. Okay, what else again? Color white, padding, let's say 5 pixels 15 pixels, 5 pixels up and down, 15 pixels left and right. So now something is wrong here. Why? Because our button is having it's okay, it shows here. Now it shows now. Now I want to create something. Let's lift this div up. So we are just like styling so that nothing there will be clicked. Then this time div. Is it the time div or the out? Okay, now this out now. Margin top will be minus 40 pixels. Let's see how it will be. It went up a little. Let's say this is minus 80 pixels. Went up a little. Oh, sorry. Yes, very good. Now let's add let's make it 90. Let's see. Okay, it covers. Okay, we don't want any area of the screen to be clicked, so that will be, let's make it like this: top, right, bottom, left. Let's say left is minus 20 pixels, so here will be closed. Then wideness is 100%. Let's look for the wideness. Okay, let's see if we remove wideness. Let's see how it will look like. Yeah, that is where we put the wideness. So wideness 100%. Let's add another one. Although this is just a rough sketch, so just a rough sketch work. So yes, this is how it should look like. Then let's highlight this. Okay, let's just leave it like this. Let's leave it like this. This should preferably. Yeah, okay, something like this is okay. Now imagine nothing here can be clicked again. Nothing here can. This is just a rough work, but I'm showing you how this works. Okay, now we have to create our next button first of all. Then once that one is there, so that will be deactivated, and this one will be activated. Okay. Now let's make the display to be none. The display to be none. Then transition, the delay to take to come out, let's say is 5 seconds. Let's say 5 seconds. So this is our timeout, right? Then once this time clears, so let's call it here document that get element by ID. Our ID is timeout. That istout dot style dot display auto block. Okay, now let's see if it will run according to our taste. Now when the countdown now reaches 0, that is what we're expecting it to do for us. At the meantime, our button is being clicked, gives us what is supposed to happen. Yeah, okay, worked exactly how we want it to be. Now let's go for the next question. So we are done with the first section of this our round. Thank you. But before we go, I would love to create this next button so that we'll see how it works and how we can apply it to our this thing, to our code. Yes, we still can apply it to our code. Okay, then to come down here, create a div for that. So create a class. Let's say this is my next button. Okay, I'll click plus okay plus, then say this is the code for it. 195 is the code for next button. Then you can, then 194 is the code for previous button. So this is how it should be. Yeah, exactly. So class is next. Let's just write it anywhere. Okay, let's come here. Class is next. So to padding, the top and the right should be like 20 pixels, then 15 pixels, 20 pixels up and down, 50 pixels left and right. The background color should be a little bit transparent. Let's say 0.6. Okay, let's say 0.6. Then color should be white. Then font size, let's say is 25 pixels. Okay, then okay, let's say this margin, too much. I'm just doing a rough CSS here, so doesn't necessarily mean you must follow the. I'm just doing a rough CSS. Let's make it 90. Okay, let's make it 85. Okay, let's leave it like this. Okay, so now once it clicks, it will show me what the next question is. But if I don't click on time before the next question comes out, then everything will be disabled just without timeout. Timeout tells you, oh, Mr. Mrs. no more again. You have used up your time, and poof, that is it. So no more again, no more, can't move again. So let's now create a function for it. But before that, we have to create the question I want to delete. So let's think of a question now to put there. Now we want to put in a question. Now what kind of question are we planning on putting? We have to copy this, come down and paste it there, because each question will have its own countdown. So this tutorial will stop at making the button go into the next question. So by my next class, we will modify our countdown for each question box. So for this my question box, now let's think of another question. Let's think of another question. Who is the current president of America? Okay. Who is the current president of America? Sorry. Can I got it now? Yes. Now, is it Muhammad Buhari? Is it Barack Obama? Or is it Donald Trump? So now this will have to be changed to question 2. Yes, we are no more dealing with question 1 again, so that will be changed to question 2. Likewise the same thing here. So this will help us more in our JavaScript. Yeah, this will help us more in our JavaScript. Now go over to the CSS. Look for that. Question 1 point, okay. Then this will be question 2 points. So question 1 and question 2 have the same. So I have to come down here and add. If we do not add it, then okay, we've not created the JavaScript function for the next thing. That is why it is showing here. We have to disable this one too. Okay, let's say question div, right? Question div is a class. Okay, quest box is a class. Okay, dot quest box dot first child. The first child should display block, should be displayed, while the rest should not be displayed. So run this. It will display only the first child. When we click to the next button, it will not display the second child. Now let's write our JavaScript function to display the other this thing. So now we have to create a plus index and give it a value of 1. Okay, then let's, so that viewers will be able to see it, value of 1. Then create a function which is that our plus, then n. Okay, now Let we say show my plus, that is show plus. What plus are we going to be showing? My plus index plus equal to n. That is to show it the number of times, not specific to any number of times. So as long as there is, just keep showing it. Now create this show plus is a function on its own, then say show plus n, then create a var called p, another var called my plus. Now this one will be storing any document that has my class name, quest box. See the same mistake we're about to make here. Okay. Now we say if n, now if n is greater than my plus dot length, now what should happen? My plus index, want it to be equals to 1. Another if statement, if n is less than 1, if length is less than my index 1, what should happen? My plus index, now I want it to be equals to my plus dot length. My plus dot length, then say 4. Okay, I have to call in that p function for p equal to 0. P is less than my plus dot length. P should be increased. Now what should happen now? Oops, sorry. Now my plus p dot style dot display equal to none. Okay. Now let's see if what we did is right. Okay, now see something. It shows an error that you typed in a wrong function. You typed in a wrong word, which is here. Okay. Now we click it. Another wrong word again. So let's start to see where our wrong. Okay. Nope, not this one. My plus, okay, dot length, my plus dot length, okay. So whoa. Okay, let's come over here and say my plus index -1 That's title display. Okay, let's see if this solves the problem. Cannot get the property of length equal to none. Let's see. Let's see what we are getting at here. Okay, created this my plot document element by ID. Okay, sorry. This is where the mistake comes from. Element by class name. I'm very sorry. Let's check. Let's off this first. Very sorry. So next one. Okay, so let's see. Okay, this quest box. Okay, so if we remove this one, okay, this is it. Remember, we did not put in the margin. So let's see if this will work with it too. Now Q1 P1, yes, should have the same with Q2 points. Okay, now let's see. Okay, sorry, forgot to put the dots before it. So this is it. Oh, that's nice. So this is it here. You can just copy all this. Copy this and paste them here. Now for my question 2. This is my question 2. The right answer is the third one. So this automatically becomes red. Okay, my third answer, that is the correct one. And this shouldn't give me 5, but it should give me -2. Sorry, -2. Then what this should give me is 5. Okay, because it's the water bearing the stuff. So let's save this and then run. So when we click, so it gives, doesn't work again. Then I'll come here and then click this. Basically, let's see, set property style of null. Okay, let's look at it. Okay, in our next video we solve the problem, but you see how we do it. Thank you very much. Stay tuned for the next video.